Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Theron. Or, welcome if this is your first time here. I'm not assuming. You could have found me anywhere, you could have been coming back, you could have been one of my subscribers. By the way, thank you for all the love in the last video. Thank you for 19 subs. That really means a lot to me, because, I don't know, I didn't think that anyone would come back or would stay after, such a long hiatus. But I guess I was being too harsh on myself. And also, before we get into it, I have a new mic now. So hopefully the audio situation is better this time. And I have it sitting in front of me instead of holding it. Because this is actually my second take. And the first time I was holding it and you could hear it banging around, which is that's on me, but at the same time kind of eh. So like I said in my last video, I kind of wanted to explain the thought process behind my current Sona. So in the last one, if you watched my last video along the outro, I kind of retroactively realized that they look more like a jester than they did a clown because of the hat. But for the longest time, I've been calling them my clown Sona, and you'll actually see in my files, if I show you my editing files, if I plan on layering screenshots, I actually called them a clown Sona for a long while, until I suddenly realized in that end card that no, that's a jester's hat. And you'll kind of see the remnants of the clown Sona in the fact that they have that I don't know what it's called, the nose that honks that clowns usually use, so they have one of those. And the overall aesthetic that I was going for with the stripes and the stars was originally kind of a galaxy circus thing, a starry circus kind of thing. And well, obviously that could still be the case. I don't know if there are any jesters in circuses, but jesters and clowns are cousins or siblings, so they're mildly related. They're not that far off from each other, so all things considered, it's not a big leap. But I don't know, once again, semantics, like I was talking about the last time. But regarding the design aspects of... So I wasn't actually... Before that, I mentioned this in my first voiceover, which I want to bring up again, but in the beginning, I didn't want to give this Sona a name, because whenever I give my... And it happened with my last Sona, I think it was Laya, the rabbit person, and Likha, the moth person. So when I gave them names, it was oh, I gave them names, I might as well give them a story. And then from there they turned into their own sort of characters. So instead, because a Sona to me is kind of representative of what I'm trying to do on my... Well, what I'm trying to be... No, that's not it. It's kind of... To me, it's supposed to be representative of the aesthetics of a channel, or the general image that you want to portray on... that I want to portray on my socials and on my channel. And if I'm being really corporate with it, then I guess a Sona is meant to embody my branding or something. I don't like using that word, and that's coming from me as someone who works in marketing. It just gives me the ick. I don't like using that word, but that's kind of essentially what I was thinking when I was designing this person, this Sona, because the moment that I give them a name and the moment that I give them a backstory, it kind of shifts into more of an original character and something that has a life of its own rather than symbolism. So it kind of becomes a living thing rather than just an object that I can use to represent me at times, which sounds really callous now that I'm fully processing what I'm saying, but that's essentially the thought process behind it. But it felt kind of weird just calling it the Jester Sona all the time, especially when I was drawing. So I retroactively made the decision, after retroactively realizing that they're Jester, I made the decision to give them the sort of nickname Bit. as in BIT, a little bit. And I decided that there is no backstory behind that. Their name is just Bit, so sometimes I'll call them the Jester, sometimes I'll call them Bit. Now, regarding their overall design, I really wanted to incorporate like stars, because like stars have been a big thing in my life for a long time. Like, even so, if any of you are following me on any of my socials, you'll know that I'm kind of obsessing over Project Hail Mary at the moment, because like it's a really good film and it made me cry like 5 times, and like I really love it. I also really like Iron Lung, and if you're in fandom spaces, you'll know the implications of those two statements together. But like, even beyond that, even before I discovered these two things, these two space-related things, I've always really been into like space. And so I wanted to incorporate like the stars and in the design motif a bit, because like they're things that I hold really close to my heart. Like, I really like stars, I like constellations, I like space, I like everything that has to do with space. And fun fact, a bit of Theron lore, if I wasn't so fucking bad at math, because I'm shit at math, unless it's like trigonometry. Trigonometry is the only math that I can reliably do. I'm very bad at math, and if I wasn't bad at math, I probably would have gone into STEM under the astronomy field, because like I was into that for a long time, until I like graduated elementary school, and then I realized that I would not survive in STEM because I had such like bad math skills. So then I had to move on, and I decided that I would just be a writer instead, because then I could like pretend to be an astronomer without having to do all the math. But yeah, so that's where the stars come from. The stripes are kind of just like, I heavily associate stripes with like circuses, and also I just like asymmetrical patterns. I like patterns on patterns, which is kind of, I know a lot of people don't like that, but I like patterns on patterns, and I just really wanted to put like a secondary pattern on here, just so it wasn't like solid color black because of the stars, so I incorporated that. And another major aspect of Bit is that you'll notice that they have non-humanoid features. So they have the ram horns, and they have the sheep ears. Ram ears? They have like the sheep horns and the sheep ears, and that's kind of like a play on my username, which is like Terribly Sheepish. And the Terribly Sheepish is actually like another bit of lore. It's like the username that I've held since, if I'm not mistaken, 2016 on Tumblr, because it was like a joke on how I'm like shy, and like sheep were my favorite animal back then. Like, I still like them. Cats are my favorite animal actually, but like sheep are a close second. But yeah, when I deleted my old Tumblr in 2016, which is a shame, because like I would have liked to like read about it, all the cringy stuff that I posted when I was in like middle school. But I deleted it, and I created a new account, and the new account was named Terribly Sheepish. And the other final element of Bit is the fact that they are kind of a cross between a ball-jointed doll and, what are they called? The ventriloquy puppets, the one with like the opening mouths. That's why they have the like lines near the corners of their mouths. And that's because like my whole idea for Bit is that they're not a real person. So like, because they're meant to embody like an idea, I thought the closest thing to not being real that was realistically person shaped was like a doll. So like, that's why they have like, if you look at their chest area, they have like the chest plate that's kind of like the same thing that ball jointed dolls have. And I have a few sketches actually of their body underneath the clothes, and it's all like ball jointed, as you will see if I ever put out those posts. But yeah, they're a ball jointed doll, there's a sheep that's also jester themed. So that's a lot, but that's the general idea. There's not really much to talk about in this last image. You didn't see me drawing the image at the center, because like that was from another speed paint that I didn't include because I wanted this to be a shorter video. But like, you'll see that illustration in the end card, and this final illustration that I'm doing is actually the business card that I'm planning to print out. If I do act on me wanting to be a convention artist and like sell merch and stuff, but like, I don't know, I need a bit more time on that. So like, yeah, a bit of a shorter video this time around. I have to end it here because like the video really is finished at this point, but like, yeah, I really just wanted to introduce you to my new Sona, and that's really all I have to say on the matter. I'll continue talking into the end card since it's like a really long end card. It's like a few seconds long, but so yeah, that's really all there is from me at the moment. A bit of a shorter video, but like I said, there's not really that much lore to discuss. I just wanted to explain my new Sona, and hopefully Nico's video is in the works, so that will be soon, if I don't get sidetracked, that is. So yeah, I was kind of wondering if I should even upload this, because originally I was planning to make this a sort of another check-in sit-down video, but then I realized that I don't really want to check in, if that makes sense. So like, it's not been a good time all around is all I'll say, but like, I didn't want this video to go to waste, which is why I just did whatever I needed to just to get it out, which I think is fine. It's fine to put out stuff sometimes. But yeah, that's it for now. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.